seems legit garage bolt-on bracket and a Willwood brake system. Alright, step one. Jack up the car. Brake low nuts. It's still on the ground a little bit. 17, or if you're lucky enough to have a low wrench. Now that you got your tire off, get your Allen key. Not sure what size it is because it's rusted, I can't read it. And you're going to take it. Set screw. Once you take that out, set it aside, do not lose this. And then you're going to take, it is, I believe, 15 mil. And you're going to come back here, there's 2 bolts that hold the caliper on. You're going to bust those loose. Take the caliper off. And once you have that, we'll be right back. Alright, this is the 15 millimeter bolt I was talking about for the top. And this one's for the second one, the bottom. Once you pull those 2 out, set on the side. Your calipers come off. Alright, now that you've loosened up the little pin, the Allen hex locking pin, sometimes you gotta use persuasion like I did. I sprayed it with all WD-40 all around the hub and everything. Get about 15 whacks with this thing, and it finally came off. Once you get this off, set that to the side. We're going to take off the e-brake shoes, the stock e-brake shoes. I'll bring you in closer to show you. Alright, to take these off, you're going to first loosen this. And there should be one on the bottom. Yeah, right there. Once you loosen those off, we're going to take this and move it down if we can. If not, it's okay. This is an independent piece. We're going to take this spring and pop it out of either this side or this side. But first, if you can't find an Allen key that fits in there, simple pliers, and all it takes is a little turn to pop them out. Let me do that and I'll be back. So all you do is take it and pop. It sits in there like this, so this will focus. Where I'll go into that slot, you stick it in. It starts like this, now you gotta just pull it, twist it one way or the other, and it pops right out. Once you dislodge both of those on top and bottom, this spring, it's a pain in the ass, but let me find my needle noses. Alright, now that you got that piece and the bottom piece out, and fought with the spring, the adjuster, I adjusted it all the way down, which is right here. Adjusted it all the way down. It was sitting in here like this. I stuck my screwdriver right here. I wedged up on here. to get this out. Once this slides out and you have it fully compressed, then you can take your screwdriver in between the spring, because it has no tension on it, and pop the bottom part out and then undo it like that. So now that that's done, you should be able to wiggle this whole shoe. And now what's holding it on now is the actual e-brake cable, which is right here with 2 springs on it. Which all I did was I stuck my screwdriver right in here and popped it up and then pulled it out like that. Now there's your e-brake shoes. Set those aside. And now you have the cable, the e-brake cable. Let's pull it out a little bit. Hold on. Alright, now you got the e-brake pedal cable. All I did was pull it down like this. See if you guys can see that. And then pull it like that. You have a mechanism right here and there. So now you're going to pull it as far as you can up. And then you see this pin right here. You're going to pop that pin out. I did it just with my finger. See how it's coming out right here? Once you get that out, grab the other hand and get out. Now you got your little pin, set that aside. Now with this, all you gotta do is pull it. Now you got that contraption right there. Set that aside. Now, this hole right here where this cable is coming out, just reach behind here, this cable right here, and give it a little tug. And you'll see the cable just pop through. Like that. Now, with this hole right here, the Seems Legit Garage brackets are going to go. There's a piece that goes straight into here. And then you take the Allen key bolt that I'm going to show you once I get the kit, and you go from behind, you'll see a hole, and you thread the bolt in through the back. But we're not to that part yet. Now that you got your e-brake shoe off, you're going to take 10mm right here and right here, and then you're going to remove the 15mm, which is, let's see if I can get a good shot of it, right here on one side of the hole and right here on the other side of the hole. And then we're going to take the dust shield off. But once you remove the 2 15s and the 2 10s, you're going to take, I like to do it right here, and 10 snips or whatnot. I'm just going to use my Dremel. That's what I have on hand. I'm going to cut it straight right here, and then I'm going to bend this piece over, and then I'm going to bend this part back and pull the whole thing off. But first, let's remove these bolts, and then we'll get to cut. All right, now that we got the dust shield off, and I say you gotta bend it, and then just yank. Just don't mess your hub up, even when you're cutting. Don't hit your hub. But now we're going to put the brackets on. It hugs over this way, so you're going to utilize this screw, and this screw, and then there's another screw that goes through the back side that goes into here, into the bracket. Alright, this is the Slam Jet Garage E36 non-M, left hand side. You can tell it actually says left hand, but it goes just like that. This is now a thread for the bolt to go in through the back and thread into that. And then we have the bolts that came with it. All right, the bolts, you have this one with the Allen key. This is the one that goes through the back, right through the back, and it's going to thread into right here. And then you have two 14mm nuts with washers that go right here and here. And then you have, I think it's a 10mm nut that goes right there. And then these two go to hold on the Willwood brake caliper, or your stock E36 caliper, whichever route that you went. I went the Wilwood way. All right, now that we have the first three in, these two was originally 14, but now they, with the kit, they come with 10mm heads, and this one's an 8mm head that used to be at 10. Now we are going to take this one and throw a little bit of red Loctite on this one also, and we're going to go up behind and thread it into this one. All right, now that you got the 3 bolts and then the one inside there, you can see the top of the end of it right there that was put in the back through the e-brake cable. Now it's on there. They're all tightened and torqued. Now we put the rotor back on. Now that you have the rotor on, you got your set screw in. You can go ahead and put your brake pad back on and tighten the two 15mm bolts on the back. And then we will install, there it is peeking back there, our Wilwood. Now that we have our brake caliper back on, now we're going to set up our Wilwood. Now here's the brake pads, and then here's the caliper. Now you gotta take a screwdriver and pry this up just slightly to get the locking mechanism out and slide it this way. Then we're going to take each pad on each side and slide it up, and then slide this locking pin through these. This is how it should look after you get them both locked in. You have to make sure this goes over both of these. It's a little pain, but it's fairly easy. Now we're going to put this onto this with the 2 bolts that comes with. This seems legit. Alright, now that you got those 2 bolts in, you have dual calipers. Now in the next video we will run the lines